This anonymous YouTube channel earns hundreds of thousands of dollars every month from tens of millions of views. I've only made 3 videos on this channel, and each one has amassed over 100,000 views. Believe it or not, success boils down to 4 key steps. I've already discussed how effective storytelling can enhance viewer retention, and now it's time for step 2. Are you ready? If your video doesn't get clicked on, it doesn't get watched. The purpose of a thumbnail is to start a visual journey from the thumbnail to the content itself, using high-quality images to spark curiosity and make viewers eager to see what happens next. It seems a bit confusing, right? We definitely need to craft better thumbnails. I'm not saying others are wrong, but let's face it, you probably already grasped these basics. Do you really need 5 different experts to tell you in 5 separate videos to keep your thumbnail simple? I didn't think so. Here's a complete guide on how to design a thumbnail that attracts clicks, covering everything from design principles and types of thumbnails to inspiration, branding, word choice, visual effects, testing, and more. The first rule is straightforward yet transformative. Take any successful YouTuber's thumbnail and sketch 4 lines across it. Do you see the pattern? Most, including my own thumbnails, use this grid. It's the rule of thirds from photography, which suggests placing key objects along these lines to compose a visually appealing shot. Now, for color selection, you might have heard about using the color wheel to choose contrasting colors. I simplify this process. Pick a main color, mine is yellow, then add black, white, and a midpoint color that complements your main choice. Finally, introduce a highlight color to make elements pop. Even though my sister jokes that it looks like a Minecraft house made of diamond and gold, this palette works effectively in thumbnails and video editing. Using the same colors might seem repetitive, but just changing the highlight color can refresh the look while keeping it recognizable to your audience. For text, choose a simple, unique font. I use Eastman, which looks great. Now, about layout. While the rule of thirds is a great starting point, you don't need to reinvent the design for each video. Pay attention to commonly used thumbnail styles on YouTube, inspired by creators like Airrack and MrBeast, and adapt them to fit your content. Take, for instance, the type of thumbnail that evokes surprise or curiosity about mundane objects used in unexpected ways, like testing jet engines with chickens. That's the kind of shocking content that stops a viewer while scrolling. In a sea of over-edited, loud thumbnails, standing out might mean simplifying. Just a captivating image and a question can be more effective. Channels like Dr. Insanity and Zach excel at this, making their thumbnails hard to ignore. If you're new and looking to break into a crowded niche, leverage popular faces in your thumbnails. This isn't clickbait if your video genuinely relates to the person featured. All these methods, including using recognizable faces from your niche, can drive your first wave of viewers. Lastly, merge different styles for maximum impact, like combining a bold text header with a mysterious blurred image or incorporating a well-known personality's face. Remember, the most successful thumbnails often blend several techniques to attract clicks. In my first video on this channel, I used big numbers and a distinctive header style. It wasn't particularly creative, but it certainly did the job. I could continue detailing all the thumbnails I've showcased, but the main idea is to pick 2 or 3 styles, merge them, and stick with them for about 5 videos. This helps your audience recognize your style. However, don't use the same style indefinitely because overuse might bore your viewers, potentially reducing click rates, unless, of course, you run a reaction channel. A common piece of advice from YouTube experts is to mimic what others in your niche are doing. I strongly oppose this view, and my first video serves as proof. Trying YouTube Shorts isn't a novel concept, nor was the thumbnail style I used unique. Yet, it succeeded. This approach might tempt you to just copy what seems effective, but remember, if everyone is doing the same thing, it becomes cliché. Your video risks getting lost among similar ones, especially if yours has fewer views. So, what's the alternative if reinventing the wheel for every video isn't viable? Well, you can draw inspiration from channels in completely different niches. For the video in question, I looked at channels I follow that operate outside my niche, which helped my thumbnail stand out. Maintaining core elements like colors, fonts, and style consistently is key. This helps your audience quickly recognize your videos on their home screens, boosting your click-through rate, CTR. When creating a thumbnail, consider incorporating a large number, a bold statement, or a compelling question that represents your video. If none of these fit, leaving it simple is always an option. Understanding the theory behind effective thumbnails is crucial, but it's not enough. You need to apply this knowledge practically. Let's dive into how you can transform a basic concept into a captivating thumbnail with Photoshop magic. Start by sketching your idea on paper, then move to Photoshop. Create your project, line up your elements, and enhance your text with effects like color changes, inner glow, and outer glow. Adjust these settings to achieve the desired effect and save them as a new style for future use.